Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy day to you guys, wherever you're tuning in from. So I know it's been a while since I made an update, so I just wanted to get on here, hold myself accountable, get back into the channel, and get back to talking about what we are doing for these local postcards and my schedule and what I'm up to. So we're in early February now. It's like February, I don't even know. But I am officially going to start doing my prospecting. I've been dragging my feet since December. Procrastination is a real thing. I've been spending way too much time watching TV. We got an HBO subscription, so I've been watching a bunch of HBO shows all night, and I just haven't focused on getting work done and getting this business up and running. So I am committing myself to get a card out mid-March, and that just gives me about 5 weeks to get it done and get it out. And I have not talked to any of my past advertisers yet about it. I haven't done any cold prospecting. I haven't sent an email. I haven't sent a text out. I haven't done anything yet, but I will be doing that soon. And so I started designing some ads yesterday. I'll go ahead and put a few up on screen so you can kind of see my thought for it and what I'm thinking. When I ran some ads for my family's Christmas tree forest, this kind of style really seemed to work well. It got a lot of activity, a lot of engagement. It's also something that I see a lot of the times in the news feed currently, because it looks like a news story, it looks like a news article, it looks like something. It doesn't really look like an ad, and doesn't look like just a normal everyday personal post. So it looks like there's a story to it. So I'm going to test these out. I have a sample of the ad copy and everything in the school community. So if you're already a part of my school group, you can just go into there under the courses tab and see my social media ads. If you haven't joined my school group yet, now's a great time. You can join it for just like $7 a month or like $47 for the whole year. And you can get in there, you can get access to my whole 14-day fast start, sell your first ad process that I'll be following in this own time, trying to sell out my ads for this card that I'm doing in mid-March. But you can also get copies of all these, ad designs you can download. You can send it to ChatGPT or, Nano Banana and tell it, hey, customize this to my area or whatever. And you can take it from there. I generated these all with AI, with simple prompts that I can also provide in the group, so you can kind of make it your own. And I also built out my new website for the South Florida Spotlight at soflaspotlight.com. That's the new brand that I'm doing everything under now, moving away from Dade Local because nobody understands what Dade Local does. But South Florida Spotlight is very clear, very straight and to the point about what we do. We spotlight South Florida businesses into the local neighborhoods on the same old giant cards. We're just, swapping out that logo from Dade Local to my new South Florida Spotlight brand. I'll put that up on the screen because I like how it looks. It looks pretty cool. And you can check out the website at soflaspotlight.com and see how my website looks for it all and see what I'm up to for that. But I'm going to start prospecting. I have a tool that I'm working on building out that can take the heavy load off of sending cold emails and all that. But I'm also looking to other AI automation systems like Marblism that can kind of take some of the load off too and do automatic prospecting and automatic follow-up and kind of tap me when somebody expresses interest, because I've heard that that's a pretty good system as well. So I will be, now that I'm kind of through the January slump, things are starting to heat up. My parents have been in town since early January. They're here for another week or two. And then I will have even more time to be able to dedicate to bringing this card together, putting all the work out to it to make it happen. I think I'm going to be shifting to a vertical design. So instead of the horizontal like we usually have had, I'm going to shift it up vertical. It actually gives you an extra ad space for the regular size ad. So I'll put a little sample of the template that I'm working on here so you can kind of see what that looks like. I've seen Carolyn Hutchinson use that style. Joshua Polce used that style. I see it's pretty popular, and I feel like it's a good happy medium between doing the community card, which is like the 6.5 by 12 kind of size card, but sticking with the 9 by 12 format with ads that are a little bit smaller, so you can actually put a decent price rate on it and get, so it should make it easier for people to digest at either 2,500, 5,000, or 10,000 cards. So I went through the pricing of like what each spot could be priced out at and what like the expected revenue versus cost would be for 2,500, 5,000, and 10,000. And I've always done 10,000 piece cards before, but I've also run into a lot of, roadblocks of getting payments from people on time and that kind of stuff when I'm charging for a whole 10,000. So I'm going to look at doing more of the 2,500 to 5,000 pieces, but doing the same standard 9 by 12 size instead of having a separate thing that's 6.5 by 12 or upgrading to a 9 by 12. So I'm going to try to thread the needle between the two, even though it would be probably easier for me to just go straight on community card and just do a 6.5 by 12 and sell spaces at, the standard rate and just try that out. But I also have a bunch of advertisers that I've had consistently over time on my 9 by 12s that I don't want to not, take advantage of the fact that they've been on that card, on that size ad spacing to that size audience over the same time, and trying to fit their ad onto a 6.5 by 12 doesn't really translate as well. So I think I'm going to do the 9 by 12 vertical, and where they can still have a good good space, good impact, and also pretty good distribution, and go that way. So as I clarify everything else and I finalize everything, this will be kind of my kickoff call to my March, my spring series on selling out my 9 by 12, my next 9 by 12. So if you want to follow along, just, hit the subscribe button so you can see all that goes into making this one possible and getting it out into the hands of, 2,500 to 10,000 homes here in South Florida. And we'll take it from there. On the EDDM Tools side of things, everything is, working as expected. If anybody out there is just finding me and you are an EDDM marketer, you do your own shared postcards, you do community cards, you do 9 by 12s, you do anything, and you're tired of dealing with all the stresses of the paperwork and doing the facing slips and picking your routes and all that, just a reminder that I do have a whole suite of tools at EDDMtools.com that you can check out all 3 of the main tools that I have so far and anything I continue to build out. And right now I have a 50% off sale going on. So instead of $497 for lifetime access, you can get it down under $250 with code SPRING26. So if you want to get on that, if you're, stressing over how you're going to deal with fulfillment of all these cards, figuring out the facing slips and all that kind of stuff, you can just head over to EDDMtools.com/spring and put in the code SPRING26 at the checkout page, and you'll get it at half price, so under $250 for lifetime access. So you can do that for now. That's been a great way for me to save a lot of time in prospecting and figuring out where I'm going to mail these things. You can just use the Route Snip plugin on Chrome, and you can just have it copy your routes, go to Route Snip Pro and analyze everything and tell you exactly the best 2,500 to 5,000 to 10,000 homes you want to hit per zip code, and make it easy to go that way. Now when you're ready to do your facing slips, just queue up rapid slips, and if you want to add some QR code tracking, you can just do that with Link Track all through EDDM Tools. Get a lifetime license for 50% off at EDDMtools.com/spring and take advantage of that. In the meantime, follow along. I will be making more videos of this as I sell out my next card. I'll share all my email scripts, all my Facebook ads, the results from them, all that kind of stuff in my school community. So you can go to EDDMschool.com and join from there if you haven't already. And if you're already in there, check out the courses tab. I got some new stuff in there for you to check out my sample ads. It includes ad copy that I think will be pretty effective. I'm going to be starting to run those ads this week. Start getting some people to join, either submitting to start a conversation with me or to fill out an instant form on Facebook, and or go to a landing page. So I'm going to test out a couple different things. So in the school community, it's now called the Print and Postal Profit Lab. I'll be going through the lab of going through all these different things and seeing what works best for me and anybody else in the community, as well as sharing what's working for them and selling out these spaces, making some extra money in 2026 and following the process and sharing what we all learn together, because we're all in it together. We might all be in different markets, but we're all sharing the same goal of getting local businesses more business through their doors, and us being a conduit for them to get that kind of advertising at a much more affordable rate than they could ever otherwise get. So that's the motive of the channel. That is what I'm going to be up to. So I'll be sharing more as I go along. I just wanted to hop on and say hello again. I know 2026 has been pretty quiet for me so far on the YouTube front, so I wanted to get something recorded, get it out there, start sharing with you guys again, get in my routine of getting some content out here to help you guys through the process and share everything that I'm learning and everything that anybody else in the community is learning that can benefit all of us. So until next time, subscribe, like the video, comment down below what you're working on in 2026, any questions you have on the process, anything that I can do to share to help you along the way. Let me know. I'm happy to help, happy to be a part of this journey with you all. Until next time, take care. I'll see ya. Bye.